down now. We say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. Brown power to brown people. Yellow power to yellow people. Black power to black people. X power to those that we left out. We say Panther power to the Vanguard Party. When you leave here saying the last word, before you go to bed tonight, say I am a revolutionary. Make that the last word. In case you don't wake up, then somebody might believe it and you might, end up in what they call a revolutionary happy hunting ground. Say that. I am a revolutionary. Say it when you're going out. Everybody want to keep listening. Okay? We're going to say it while we're going out.
COINTELPRO was the FBI's counterintelligence program, a series of covert and illegal operations from the mid-1950s through 1971 aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting U.S. political organizations the Bureau considered subversive. Targets included the Black liberation movements, civil rights leaders, anti-Vietnam War organizers, communist groups, feminist groups, and others. The primary goal of COINTELPRO was to neutralize and disrupt organizations, prevent the rise of influential leaders or Black Messiah, in reference to Fred Hampton, and to undermine public support for the targeted movements. The tactics used were infiltration by informants, by undercover agents, forged or anonymous letters and memos to sow distrust, and surveillance and arrests, sometimes using questionable legal grounds. False public statements and media manipulation, efforts to provoke criminality or incite conflict within the groups. The program engaged in campaigns to discredit individuals, attempts to harm reputations through leaked or manufactured stories, and coordinated with local law enforcement to increase pressure on the targeted activists. Fred Hampton formed the Rainbow Coalition, which was Fred Hampton forming alliances across lines of race and ethnicity with other community-based movements in the city, including the Latino group, the Young Lords Organization, and the working class Young Southern Whites, which were the Young Patriots. Finding a common ground, these groups banded together in one of the most segregated cities in the post-war United States to collectively confront issues such as police brutality and substandard housing, calling themselves the Rainbow Coalition. The June 4th, 1969 raid on the Black Panther Party headquarters in Chicago was an FBI-supported operation led by State's Attorney Edward Hannaran. The FBI claimed that they were seeking George Sams Jr., a Panther that was wanted in connection with a murder investigation in New Haven, which resulted in the arrest of 8 Panthers, 6 of which were women, on the charges of harboring a fugitive, with the Panthers claiming the raid was a pretext for a larger attack. Basically, this raid was practice. A more infamous and deadly raid on a different Black Panther location was still to come. The raid was conducted without a search warrant, and the arrest warrant was for Sam's, not the Black Panthers. In the pre-dawn hours of December 4th, 1969, plainclothes Chicago police officers carried out an assassination at 2337 West Monroe. At this address were members of the Chicago chapter of the Black Panther Party. Officers opened fire and two young Panthers, Fred Hampton, 21, and Mark Clark, 22, were killed, and several others were wounded. Police entered around 4:30 a.m. using a battering ram. Firearms included shotguns, a submachine gun, and investigators later counted as many as 99 bullet casings fired into the apartment. Authorities initially claimed that the Panthers had fired first, but survivors and later investigations described the occupants as largely asleep and unarmed. When the shooting began, only one bullet was shot by the Panthers, and that was after Mark Clark was shot in the heart. He dropped his gun, which discharged. The FBI was not the primary on the ground force, but their efforts, including information from informant William O'Neill, were crucial in the planning and the execution of the raid by the state's attorney's office.
Party leaders Mark Clark and Fred Hampton were killed in the raid. 4 of the 7 surviving occupants of the apartment were wounded. All were charged with assault and attempted murder.
I remember walking out of the office and looking through a little clearing over on the next block, which was right in front of the Monroe Street address, and seeing a lot of police cars over there. And at that time, Bobby Rush came to the office. He had just come from over there, or maybe the coroner's office. In any case, we walked back over there, and we both were speechless. We just walked through the house and saw what had taken place and where he died, and it was shocking. And then I just began to realize that the information that I supplied leading up to that moment had facilitated that raid. I knew that indirectly I had contributed, and I felt it, and I felt bad about it. And then I got mad. And then I had to conceal those feelings, which made it worse. I couldn't say anything. I just had to continue to play the role.
FBI headquarters authorized payment of a $300 bonus to informant William O'Neill for, quote, uniquely valuable services which he rendered over the past several months, unquote.
The families of Fred Hampton and Mark Clark filed a federal civil lawsuit alleging a conspiracy involving the FBI, Cook County, and the Chicago police over the December 4th assassinations. After a protracted litigation and more than a decade of legal proceedings, the case was resolved by settlement. The federal government, the city of Chicago, and Cook County agreed to pay a total of $1.85 million, which was shared between the Hampton and Clark families and other claimants. Hampton will widely be remembered as a powerful organizer who emphasized cross-racial coalition building and tangible community programs. His compelling public speaking that combined political analysis with direct community service. William O'Neill died by suicide in January of 1990.